Hello and welcome to the Toronto Daily News for Saturday, December 29th, 2018. I'm your host, Dorian Sky. Early this morning, there was a shooting near Queen and Ossington on Gordon Bell Road. The victim actually walked to the hospital before police arrived. Somebody stole a defibrillator unit worth about $1,500 from the Square One GO Train station. They did it by reporting a fake cardiac arrest to the staff at the station, and then for some reason the staff gave the guy the defib unit, and he ran away with it. Nobody realized what had happened until everybody showed up to attend to this fake incident that he had reported, and now they have awesome security camera footage of this guy who stole this defib unit. No idea what would be involved in selling one of these units. Maybe they needed it for some other reason. Maybe they needed to resuscitate somebody. There was a stabbing near Jane and Weston, resulting in non-fatal injuries. One male has been arrested with the female victim in hospital. Fire officials have criticized a family's reaction to their Christmas tree fire. They say they should have run out of the house instead of throwing the Christmas tree into the snow. The fire was on the 21st. Two teens have been arrested for throwing rocks onto highway traffic from an overpass in Guelph on Friday morning at 7:20. They actually stuck around throwing rocks until the cops showed up, and then they fled, and the public helped the police track down the teens, and so they're going to face some charges. Sunday is going to be dry, but pretty cold and windy. The TTC is not going to shut down the Presto machines during their holiday New Year's Eve free transit period, so passengers are being reminded to just remember not to pay. A car caught in fire on the off-ramp from the Gardner to the DVP today, and police and fire attended the scene. Scarborough Cycle, 40% of Toronto's road fatalities over the past year have come from. The ride was from 10 a.m. to noon. They met half hour early for some hot drinks. The ride was 23 kilometers and included portions of the Waterfront Trail, a visit to Corktown Commons, and Taylor did some cycling along the Dawn Trail as well. They warned participants that it would include some cycling in traffic, and so people needed to be comfortable with commuter cycling in the city. From their pictures, it looks like maybe a dozen people showed up, despite the warning. Hack Lab also held their open house monthly event, which they do free at 2266 Queen West at the last Saturday of each month. Their event was from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. The U.S. government shutdown continues. Tour guides are maintaining state parks. The Smithsonian is set to close its doors. Government workers have been furloughed. The shutdown is in its 8th day. Trump has actually he'd be willing to accept a little bit less money for the border wall, but it's still not cheap enough for the Democrats, and so government workers are still not getting paid. They're sort of waiting to find out on the 21st whether they're going to get paid. That's their next payday, and so a whole bunch of families just not getting paid all through the holidays. Air traffic controllers are working for free. That's an example of like sort of essential workers and stuff. Um, so, and this at the same time as Kirsten Nielsen is visiting detention centers following the death of two migrant children. She's called in Coast Guard medics to help with screening. She says the system is overwhelmed, and she, like Trump, is blaming Democrats for, I guess, participating in the brinksmanship, and for their lack of progress on immigration reform. Uh, that's her claim. Um, APTN's top moments of 2018. They have released their roundup of top moments, which includes the rallies in support of justice for Tina Fontaine, hundreds arrested in pipeline protests, the government's purchase of the Kinder Morgan pipeline, a Iqaluit grocery store arson for which the young woman was found guilty. Nunavut senior managers all getting bonuses every single year. The scandal that's caused. Gerald Stanley being acquitted of charges in the Colton Boushie murder. Thunder Bay Police Service found to be systematically racist in an investigation. The hearings for missing murdered Indigenous women and girls have concluded. Ottawa's interim settlement with residential school survivors. They've released it. And the plan to has been announced to change the child welfare system. That's a really big ticket item. So Sunday is the last day of the Anthropocene art exhibit at the AGO. If you want to catch that, I'll see you there. Russia and Turkey are getting ready for the U.S. withdrawal from Syria, so it's sort of, they don't have the same interests, they don't have the same friends and enemies, and so it's going to be interesting and crappy. On lighter news, if you want to challenge somebody to a duel, it is now legal to do so. You can't legally kill them, but you can challenge somebody to a duel. So we might find out this year whether or not it's legal to assault somebody, whether maybe you can legally challenge somebody to a fight now and injure them, or maybe you're just allowed to challenge them to a fight, but not allowed to injure them. Maybe injuring them would still be considered assault. But I suppose this seemingly unimportant piece of news might herald in a new day for consensual assault in the land somehow. Yeah, so that has been the daily news for Toronto for Saturday, December 29th, 2018. Have a fantastic Sunday morning.